It's early morning in a small home. Sunlight gently slips through the curtains, and the soft glow of the kitchen lamp still lingers, as if warming the heart of a brand new day. On the wooden table, where the grains are worn from years of being wiped by hand, love lives quietly, not in grand gestures, but in every corner, every object, softly holding on to time. Have you ever wondered, why do the homes of older adults always feel so peaceful and tidy, never rushed, never messy, never loud? The answer lies not in effort, but in quiet, gentle routines, the kind that don't just tidy the space, but calm the soul. Like brushing dried leaves off your chest, these habits are not chores, they're self-care in the purest sense. In today's video, we'll walk through 6 gentle habits that may seem ordinary to the young, but to older adults are quiet proofs of self-respect and love for life. Each habit is a story. Each action is a reminder that when we care for our home, we are also learning to love ourselves again. So find a quiet seat, maybe turn on a small lamp, and let your heart settle gently into these memory-tinted reflections of home. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, I invite you to do so now, and turn on the bell so you won't miss any of our videos. If you enjoy this one, please leave a number in the comments. If you don't, just leave a 0, so I know what to improve for you next time. Evelyn, 71, lives alone in a small, cozy home on the edge of town. Every day, her house is spotless and calm, like a quiet corner of the world, untouched by the rush outside. Visitors often ask, "How do you keep everything so neat without any help?" She simply smiles and says, "Whenever I leave a room, I take one thing that needs to go back to its place." It sounds simple, almost too simple, but that small act keeps her space from ever becoming cluttered. When she gets up from the couch, she carries the glass she just used back to the kitchen. When she walks out of the bedroom, she takes the shirt draped over the bedpost and drops it in the laundry basket. Every movement becomes an opportunity to lighten the space and her mind. Over time, it became part of her rhythm, like a quiet background song that warms the room without ever drawing attention. When we return things to where they belong, we're also returning ourselves to a place of inner peace. Older adults understand well, energy is no longer endless, so they treasure these small acts that save time, preserve strength, and gently shape a life of mindfulness. Try it now. Pause for just a moment. Look around the room you're in. Is there something out of place? A shirt? A paper? A cup? And if you stood up right now, could you take just one thing with you and put it where it belongs? Keeping a home clean isn't really about effort. It's about awareness. When your heart is still, you begin to see every little action as an act of care. Not just for your home, but for yourself. If you live alone or have recently retired, try this habit today. Every time you leave a room, even just to wash your hands or make tea, don't leave empty-handed. Look around and carry one small thing back to its place. You'll be surprised. After just a few days, you'll feel the difference. A lighter space, a lighter mind, and steps that feel more purposeful. Evelyn once said something I've never forgotten. When I pause to return a book to the shelf, it's not just the room that's tidier. My mind feels a little clearer too. The 2-minute rule, it may sound ordinary, but it's a quiet key to a home that never feels overwhelmed. After every meal, Mr. Richard never lets dishes pile up in the sink. He washes them right away. After trimming a few plants outside, he sweeps the fallen leaves before the wind scatters them. A letter on the table? He reads it and either files it or tosses it right then. Richard, 75, used to teach high school math. Now retired, he lives with his wife in a small sunlit ground floor apartment. Everything about him still feels neat, not just his words, but his way of caring for home. One thing he often repeats is, if it takes less than 2 minutes, do it now. You might be surprised to learn, small undone tasks pile up fast. 1 cup, a pair of socks, a few papers. They start as nothing, but soon become visual and emotional clutter. That low-level stress of always feeling like something's not done quietly weighs you down. The 2-minute rule is a gentle antidote. It stops mess before it begins. No need for weekend deep cleans, no giant to-do lists. Everything is handled lightly in the moment. So next time you finish using something, ask yourself, would it take me less than 2 minutes to clean this up? If yes, do it. Consider it a tiny gift to your future self. A clean home isn't about perfection. It's about caring. You don't need a mansion, just quiet attention, and the decision to act with love. Start today with something small. Wash your coffee mug after you're done. Fold a towel. Wipe the counter after breakfast. These little gestures won't exhaust you, but they'll bring freshness to your space and freedom to your spirit. As Mr. Richard says, when small things don't pile up, life feels much bigger. Not everyone has the strength to do a full cleanup every night, but Linda never tries to do anything overwhelming. She simply puts things back where they belong, and somehow, that alone brings a deep sense of peace, like gently closing the door on a long day. Tidy, complete, with nothing left hanging. Linda, 69, has a habit she fondly calls making peace with the house before going to bed. Each evening, before turning off the lights in the living room, she takes 10 to 15 minutes to walk around the house, not to inspect, but to gently touch and restore the small things. The remote goes back on the table. A folded towel rests neatly over the sofa arm. The kitchen counter is wiped down. The sink is always empty. I can't sleep well, Linda laughs gently, if I know I'll wake up to yesterday's mess. Now picture this. You wake up, walk into the kitchen, and find it clean. The counters are clear, the room feels open, sunlight dances softly through the curtains. It feels like the house is saying, "Good morning, today will be a gentle day." That's the quiet power of a bedtime tidy-up. It doesn't just clean the space, it clears the emotional clutter. You don't start your morning annoyed at unwashed dishes or overwhelmed by yesterday's leftovers. You begin with lightness. A calm morning begins with a thoughtful night. Even if you feel tired tonight, try doing just one small thing. Wipe the counter, fold the blanket, wash 2 bowls. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just one intentional act is enough to close your day with care. You might even make a little list, just 3 gentle tasks before bed. Fold the throw blanket, place the remote back, dry the kitchen sink. That's all. But even that can wrap your home in peace and welcome tomorrow with softness. Linda once said, "I don't do this because I fear the mess. I do it because I believe I deserve to start my day with a smile." No one can keep the whole house spotless every day, and William knows that. Instead of trying to clean it all, he focuses only on the spaces he uses the most. The kitchen table where he and his wife make breakfast, the reading chair by the window, the walkway between the rooms where he takes his quiet morning strolls. By keeping these spaces clean and free of clutter, his home feels welcoming and light. Without exhausting him, that's what he calls smart priority. Keeping just a few square feet clean is more powerful than trying to clean everything all at once. William, 78, lives in a small home with his wife where everything seems to have its place. Nothing feels forced, just neat and comfortable. His space isn't large, but it's fresh and clear, especially in the spots he visits daily: the kitchen, dining table, reading nook, and hallway. "I'm not trying to make it perfect," he says, "but I do make sure the spaces I pass through every day help me feel calm." Imagine walking into a kitchen with clear counters, clean cups, and morning light falling softly on the wood surface. You'd feel inspired to cook. You'd want to make something warm, or a dining table with no piles of paper, just a clear surface inviting you to sit, sip some tea, maybe write in your journal. The spaces around us affect our inner world, and keeping the active spaces tidy makes everyday living feel lighter, easier, and more breathable. Think about it. Is there one space you use often that feels a bit neglected? Start there. A few minutes of care can turn that forgotten spot into a place of quiet energy. You don't need to do a lot, just do what matters, with presence and love. Pick one priority area this week: your kitchen counter, your sofa, your reading chair. Spend 5 minutes a day tending to it. By week's end, you'll feel the difference in your spirit. William once told me, "When the kitchen is clean, I cook better. When the sofa is clear, I talk with my wife more. When the spaces are clear, my heart feels lighter too." Not everyone has the energy for a full day of cleaning, and Mia at 73 knows that well. But she also knows she doesn't need to. "I don't do big cleanups anymore," she smiles, "because I care for the house a little bit every day." That simple truth carries a quiet wisdom, that daily maintenance is gentler than carrying the weight of everything at once. Instead of devoting hours each week to scrubbing and sorting, Mia takes about 15 to 20 minutes each day to lightly care for her home. She folds the blanket after her morning nap, wipes down the counter after breakfast, sweeps the front step as the afternoon sun slants low. She doesn't call it housework. To her, it's just part of living, part of breathing. Every morning, she gives the kitchen counter a soft wipe, folds her towel carefully after use, waters her little garden around the porch. These small rituals, repeated gently, keep her home effortlessly tidy. No build-up, no dread of cleaning day. The house, Mia says, is like the heart. If you care for it every day, it never asks for too much. Pause and ask yourself, what small thing can I do today to let my home breathe easier? Maybe fold that shirt, clear that kitchen drawer, or wipe that surface you've been ignoring. These quiet actions, when done with presence, turn into something priceless. A sense of ease. Daily care isn't about perfection. It's about walking alongside your home, not running behind it in exhaustion. You might try a 15-minute daily list to keep it simple. Wipe the dining table in the morning, fold the blanket after your nap, wipe the bathroom sink in the afternoon. You don't need to aim for spotless. You just need to aim to be present, to show up for your space, the way you'd show up for someone you love. Mia once told me, I don't clean to impress, I clean to feel free, and every small act I do is like watering a flower inside me. Cleanliness is not just about tools or timing, it's also about tenderness. When everyone in a home cares for the space together, a different kind of connection forms, quiet, shared, and deep. You don't need to do big things. Charles's granddaughter is only 9 years old, but every morning she folds her own blanket and places her clothes in the laundry basket. To Charles, that's more than helpful. It's heartwarming. When I see her understand the value of caring for her space, I feel like I'm passing something truly good on to her. Charles, 76, doesn't live alone. He shares his home with his wife and his granddaughter. And to him, keeping a clean home is never just one person's job. It's a family ritual. Each person plays a part together. I don't lecture her, he says. I just invite her. Each morning they wipe the kitchen table side by side. Each night he gently says, you take the sink, I'll fold the towel. Nothing strict, nothing forced. If you live with others, don't carry it all alone. Invite help. Gently. Would you help me wipe the table? Let's fold the towels together, shall we? These little invitations can open doors to connection, to conversation, to shared memories that linger. Choose one task today, not to do alone. Make tea together, sort the bookshelf, wipe the porch. Let your home become a place that grows love, not just houses people. Charles once told me, I don't teach her about cleaning, I show her that a clean home is where love breathes. When we look back on these 6 gentle habits, from taking one item back to its place, to the 2-minute rule, evening tidying, focusing on key spaces, daily maintenance, and inviting loved ones to join, we realize something important. This isn't just about a clean home. It's about keeping the heart clear, the mind light, the spirit warm. A beautiful home doesn't have to look like a magazine cover. It only needs to be a place where you walk in and feel welcomed, where the creak of a familiar floorboard brings comfort, where morning light through your favorite window feels like a familiar friend. It's a space that reflects you. Organized, yes, but also alive, gentle, quietly vibrant like a soft embrace. Many believe aging is a time for rest, and it is. But rest doesn't mean giving up. It means living more intentionally, enjoying each moment more deeply, in a space you've lovingly shaped. To care for your home is to care for yourself. To clean the kitchen is to nourish your meals. To fold the towel is to fold away the weight of your day. To wipe away the dust is to calm the clutter in your mind. Every small thing you do for your home is a big thing you do for your peace. Now pause and think for a moment. How many memories live in your home? How many mornings have you sipped tea at that same spot? How many times have children's laughter echoed in that hallway? How many quiet afternoons have you watched the sun fall across the floor? Your home isn't just square footage, it's made of years, of moments, of meaning. And every time you tend to it, you are preserving love and honoring the life you've built. If you feel tired today, start with one small act. Straighten a chair. Wipe a doorknob. Pour yourself a warm glass of water. And softly remind yourself, I deserve to live in a space that brings me peace. You don't need to do it all in one day, just one day at a time. One act at a time. And each bit of care you give to your home will bloom quietly inside you as clarity, comfort, and contentment. And if you live with others, clean together, not with lectures, but with love. Because neatness isn't passed down through rules, it's passed down through memory. Through Sunday mornings filled with soft music. Through shared hands folding laundry. Through quiet nights when one person folds a blanket and the other rinses the sink, under the gentle kitchen light. To you, dear friend, thank you for walking this journey with me. If this video sparked something inside you, a memory, a warm feeling, or the desire to begin again, please share it in the comments. I read every message with care and gratitude, and if you know someone, a mother, a father, a friend who lives alone, who might need this gentle reminder, please send this video their way. You may be giving them just the encouragement they need to begin again with tenderness. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more gentle stories each week, woven just for you, as you learn to live slowly, deeply, and peacefully in the home that holds your life. Wishing you a soft evening and a home that always welcomes you back with love.